Hey guys, this is Student1 here, and I'm going to do a deck profile for you. It's going to be Tech Genius Drain, the deck I used against Crow Cresta for the Hero Challenge. There's a bit of alterations to it, nothing really major, but I'll start off with the deck. We're playing 3 Rhino, 3 Werewolf, 1 Striker. The reason we're only playing 1 Striker is it gets really cloggy in the hand, and if you already have a field presence, it does nothing for you. And it also kind of forces you to play EM1, which I don't really like that card because it's too much of a dead draw. So we're playing 1, we'll search it out when we need it, and if we don't need it, we won't use it. Next, 3 Tengus. This is extremely obvious, it's TGs. Tengu just flows very, very well with the deck. Next, 2 Thunder King. Thunder Kings are so good, it works under Skill Drain. It slows down a lot of decks, and that's why we play it. And next, 1 Barbaros. Barbaros is just a really good 1 card out. We flip, Call of the Haunted, get it back, a 3k beater, stop their attacks because they can't get over it. And we summon it with Skill Drain and just get over anything. So it's just a very, very good card. Next, 3 Duality. Duality is very obvious, speeds up the deck. And then the last pot is 1 Avarice, because we're playing only 13 monsters, and we really want to be able to recycle, and I think it's a very good card to play in this deck, even if it does dead draw occasionally. You can always set it as a bluff. Next, 1 Reborn and 1 Dark Hole. These cards are very obvious. No heavier MST, because if they do use one of their back row, which isn't really seeing much play, it's really only Torrential, Mirror Force, Dust Shoot. If they do any of that, we'll still get our effects, so they're going -1, so that's fine. 3 Horn. Horn is amazing. It's good against a very large amount of decks this format. In any deck it's not good against, the 3D prisons work very well. So if you're running 3 of each, they're good things if it's not a good matchup, you can just side them out, and they're very just, if you have both of them, you're set for almost any matchup. Next we have the 2 Skill Drain. It's very straightforward. What makes this deck so much more of a stun deck. 2 Call of the Haunted, just to get back our monsters and use their effects again to search, because we're not playing too many monsters, we need that revival. 2 Starlight Road for protection. 2 Bottomless, and 2 Warning for monster removal. Solemn, Torrential, Mirror Force, these are just very staples. And then the Dust Shoot. 2 tech choices. We're playing 1, Chain Disappearance. It's live against almost any deck this format, and especially if they're going to try and go first turn Tour Guide, we can just do this and completely shut down half of their deck. So this is very good. And next, 1 Magic Drain. This card does what Dark Bribe would do for the deck, only better, because we don't give our opponent an advantage. And if they do decide to use the other effect to discard and negate, they'll be forced to discard one of their power spells, because decks aren't playing too many spells this format. So that's why we're playing Magic Drain over Dark Bribe. Next, onto the extra deck. We're playing 1 Chimera Tech, because we obviously side Cyber Dragons. 1 Mistworm, because I don't have the Trish right now, and Mistworm does a lot of things that Trish can't do. 2 Stardust, shout out to Crow for the Orca. 1 Scrap Dragon. 1 Black Rose. 1 Gaia. Brionic. Catastor. Wonder Magician. And Power Gladiator. I prefer Power Gladiator over Android or Librarian, because he lets us draw a card. And if we have Skill Drain out, it's a lot better. 2 Utopia. My friend has them right now, so I'm using RDAs as proxies. 1 number 17, and 1 Leviair. The reason I play Leviair is because a lot of decks side deck Bottomless, and if we can go into Leviair and steal a Thunder King, or get something else like a Rhino back and just start our plays in our cycling over again, it's very, very good. Next, we have this siding 2 Cyber Dragons. It's a good monster to side in, and it just facilitates the stun and anti-meta aspect of the deck. 2 Kaiku, really, really good against decks like Dark Worlds and Plants, especially Dark Worlds because we side out our Skill Drain. Yeah, and it just prevents removal and it shuts down quite a lot of things. DD Crow. You can play 1 Kaiku and 3 DD Crow if you don't like siding out skill drains as much. But DD Crow is just a very good card. 2 MST for any decks that like to use back row or like Dark Worlds with their gates. It's a good side-in. And 1 Leech Ink for the agent matchup just to make it a little easier. Next, Double Crush. Mind Crush is really good, especially when we know what they're playing. Because we can just, even if they blind MST, you can usually read their hand and just make an educated guess and get it right. 2 Vanity's Emptiness. This is a tech card that I really enjoy to use. It's what it is it's a continuous trap. Neither player can special summon, but when a card is sent to my graveyard, it is destroyed. So they go, make their 1-for-1 Tengu play, you flip this, they go -2. And unless they have the MST to chain to it, you're fine. But this card just makes really slows down decks, and especially if you don't play any monsters or you have a monster on board like a Barbaros and it's at 3k, they can't special, they can't really do anything. And if they deprison it, this thing won't die. So it stays there for a while. Second Chain Disappearance, because this card's really good against a lot of decks. And 1 Liberty at Last. Against like Dark Worlds, where their Graphas are just going to keep coming back if we do something else to them, we can set our monster, set this, we'll hit their Dark World, their Grapha, and whatever other monster they have on board, maybe a Leviair. So we just get to go +2. So that's very, very good. That's the deck, side and extra. The main deck's 41 cards. It's very consistent. Only 1 card you might want to consider playing, or 2 different options to play this deck. You can take out Chain Disappearance, Magic Drain, and Avarice, and play 3 Photon Saber Tiger. I really like that variant of TGs as well, and I'm considering playing it. Still deciding right now. So there's that. And you can also take out the Magic Drain and Chain Disappearance for keeping the Avarice for 2 Shard of Greed. The reason I like Shard of Greed is because you'll be protecting it with your Starlight Roads and your Starlight Roads, and it's a +1. It baits the MST, and it doesn't let your opponent know what you're playing. So you can, instead of dualitying for your deprison, they'll just go, oh, I'm not going to attack you, I'll Shard of Greed. You'll have to wait it out, but you should be able to do it with all your protection back row. And then you can get 2 cards, and they'll have no idea what it is. So when you set that card, they don't know if it's a skill drain or a bottomless, or even if it's just a bluff Starlight Road. So those are just the 2 ways to change the deck up on your playing style if you like more advantage. Obviously you can drop these. If you like to be more protected, you can play Magic Drain and even Dark Bribe. I do like Dark Bribe in the deck, but I think Magic Drain is a better tech choice overall than Bribe. So that's my deck. Rate, comment, subscribe. Shout out to Crow Cresta for giving me the Orica. And yeah, the Soonest Runner 1, signing out.